Hello everyone. Well, we started in our last class the chapter dispersion. So let us quickly revise first what is dispersion. Dispersion gives us what? It tells us the scatteredness of the observation around the central tendency values. Dispersion tells us scatteredness of the observation around the central tendency values, right? So it is basically known as averages of second order because averages of first order were central tendency, right? In case of dispersion, what do we use? We use only absolute differences, we use only absolute deviations. So we divide them into two categories: absolute measure and relative measure. Absolute measures are the original dispersion. For us, we make them convert into ratios and percentages to get relative. So between absolute and relative, absolute uses raw original data, relative converts them into ratios and percentages. Absolute have a unit because they're using raw data, but relative does not have a unit because they're basically ratios and percentages. Absolute is not used in comparison, and that is the reason why we derive relative dispersion. There are four types of absolute measures of dispersion: range, mean deviation, quartile deviation, standard deviation, and correspondingly, there are four measures of relative dispersion. For range, we have coefficient of range. Mean deviation, we have coefficient of mean deviation. Quartile deviation, we have coefficient of quartile deviation. And standard deviation, we have coefficient of variance. Now, we did range and quartile deviation in our previous class. So what was range? What was range? Sorry. Range is basically the difference between the largest observation and the smallest observation. The difference between the largest and the smallest observation is known as range. So our range was largest minus smallest. If I have to find out coefficient of range, that was L minus S by L plus S into 100. Talking about it is property, it is not an ideal measure because it does not use all the property, all the observation. It is pretty easy, no mathematical treatment, only used in quality control or weather forecast. Entire dispersion, range, mean deviation, quartile deviation, standard deviation, all the four are not affected by origin. That means if you add or subtract something, it doesn't matter. But they're affected by scale. That means if you multiply or divide something, it matters. So if I give you y equal to 5 minus 6x, then range of y will be 6 into range of x. Whatever you add or subtract, they get vanished. And entire dispersion values can never be negative. We will never have negative range or negative mean deviation or quartile or standard deviation. We can never have negative values. Then we moved to quartile deviation. So quartile deviation, the actual name is semi-interquartile range. So for that, when we are talking about range, we are talking about difference of highest and lowest. So if I'm talking the range within the quartiles, there are three quartiles, Q1, Q2, and Q3. Out of that, the largest quartile is Q3 and the smallest quartile is Q1. So difference between these two quartiles is known as interquartile range. And the quartile deviation is semi, that means half of this. If I want to find out coefficient of quartile deviation, it was Q3 minus Q1 by Q3 plus Q1 into 100. So now, is this based on all the observation? No. Why? Because Q1, Q3, they only take the central 50% of the observation. They ignore the rest of the values. Now, if the data would have been less than, because when we are finding out Q1, Q1 has 25% data before it and 75% data above it. So the before 25% data, that means the first interval will never be used. So if it is an open-end class means the first interval is less than 10. Then we have 10 to 20, 20 to 30, and then we would have had more than 30. It doesn't matter in median, it doesn't matter in quartile. So in open-end classes, in case of central tendency, we can only find median and the quartiles. In case of your dispersion, the only thing that we can find out for open-end class is quartile deviation, because they're not affected by the extreme observations. I'm not bothered with the first and the last interval. Again, here it is not affected by origin, but it is affected by scale. So if I give you y is 5 minus 6x, then quartile deviation of y will be 6 into quartile deviation of x. Any doubt till here?
No, ma'am.
Today, what we will start is mean deviation. Today, we will start mean deviation. So, mean deviation, the actual definition itself gives you the answer, right? Mean deviation. That means we need to find mean of all the deviations. We need to find mean of all the deviations. So, when we talk about mean deviation, it is the arithmetic mean of of absolute deviation. In the entire dispersion, we don't consider the negative sign. So it is the arithmetic mean of absolute deviations. What do we mean by that? Now, this can be obtained. It can be obtained. It can be obtained from mean, median, or mode. So let us first talk about this definition, deviation. Deviation is another word for difference. Deviation is another word for difference. So we first find out deviation. D is the deviation or difference. So this is x minus something. X is all the values that is given in the question. A, A can be anything. A can be mean, it can be median, it can be mode. It can be any value, right? The question will tell you. If they don't tell you anything, find from mean. So for this, we need to first find out mean. Okay, we got it. Then what we will do is we will find out the deviations. What is deviation? The difference of the given value and the mean. So we found out the deviation. Then what do we need to do? We need to take absolute deviation. So absolute value of D. And then what do I need to do? I need to find the mean of it. So mean deviation is basically the mean of absolute value of D. So how do we find mean? Summation x by n. So this will be summation d by n. And if it is a frequency question, the mean is fx by f. So here the mean will be fd by f. So mean deviation is basically the mean of the deviation. How do we get deviation? That the question will tell you. You can find the deviation, the difference from the mean or from the median or from mode. Is it understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Question. X, individual series. 5, 8, 11, 12, 14. Can you tell me what is the mean here? How do we find mean? Sum of the observation by number of observation. What is the mean?
10, ma'am. 10, ma'am.
10. Now deviation, right? Deviation. So 5 minus 10 minus 5. We take absolute value, so ignore the sign. Then 8 minus 10, I'll take only 2. 11 minus 10, 1. 12 minus 10, 2. 14 minus 10 is 4. Now find the mean of this. That is known as mean deviation. Sum of the deviation by number of observation. So how much do we get?
2.8.
2.8. We could have directly done that in calculator also. Did you all understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
We could do the same thing. This was from mean. We can do the same thing from median also. So for median, it is necessary to arrange the data. 5, 8, 11, 12, 14. Yes, it's arranged. Can you tell me what is the median?
11.
Middle value 11. So now what we need is we need to find the mean of absolute deviation. So directly in the calculator itself, we can do it. 5 minus 11, change the sign if it is negative and store it. Then 8 minus 11, change the sign and store it. Then 11 minus 11, change the sign and store it. 12 minus 11, store it. 14 minus 11 equal plus MRC divided by, you should have 13, divided by 5. Answer
2.6.
2.6. So mean deviation is 2.6. Basically 5 minus 11, 8 minus 11. This is 0. 12 minus 11, 14 minus 11. And then the mean of this. Did you all understand this?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, the sum of absolute deviation, there was a property. The sum of deviation calculated from mean was 0 when we consider both the plus and minus sign. But the sum of absolute deviation, if I calculate from mean, I calculate from median, I calculate from mode, I will always get the smallest value when I calculate from median. Sum of absolute deviation is minimum when we calculate from median. So in mean deviation, we are using this. So mean deviation will also give you the smallest value when you calculate from median. Mean deviation will also give you the smallest value when we calculate it from median. Mean deviation will give us the smallest value when we calculate it from median. Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Question, can you find this? X is 10, 12, 16, 20, 25, 27, 30. We need to calculate from mean. First, find out the mean. What is mean? All of you got 20.
Yes, ma'am.
Now we will calculate mean deviation. Sum of deviation by number of observation, which is 7. So how do we calculate? 10 minus 20, sign change, save. 12 minus 20, sign change, save. 16 minus 20, sign change, save. 20 minus 20, save. 25 minus 20, save. 27 minus 20, save. 30 minus 20 plus MRC equal. I think you must have got 44 on your screen. Then divide by 7. What is mean deviation?
6.28.
6.285. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
So now if I want to find the coefficient of mean deviation. So mean deviation divided by, from which one did we calculate deviation? We calculated from mean. So mean into 100. If you have calculated it from median, divide by median. So 6.28, whatever you got, divided by 20 into 100. What's the answer?
31.4.
Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Rest of you guys, did you all understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes,
this
ma'am.
is individual. Let's try discrete series. X and F. 10, 11, 12, 13. Frequency 3, 12, 18, 12. What is the sum of frequency first?
45.
45.
Now, first find out mean. What was mean? Summation fx by summation f. So 10 into 3 m plus, 11 into 12 m plus, 12 into 18 m plus, 13 into 12 equal plus MRC divided by 45. Answer.
11.86.
So 8666. So 11.87.
Yes, ma'am.
Save it. Clean the calculator. Deviation. So what we will need is now mean deviation. That is summation f into absolute value of d by summation f. So you need to divide by 45. Yes. How will we calculate this now? So 11.87. If you get negative, change the sign. Multiply by frequency. Press M plus. 11 minus 11.87. Change the sign. Multiply the frequency M plus. 18 minus 11.87. Change the sign if it is negative. Multiply by 18 M plus. 13 minus 11.87. Change the sign if negative. Multiply by 12 equal MR plus MRC equal divided by 45. How much?
0.7.
The total I got was 31.95, then divided by 45. 0.71. Did you all get it?
Yes, ma'am.
Rest of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Then coefficient of mean deviation. Mean deviation by mean into 100. 0.71 by 11.87 into 100.
5.98.
Sorry?
5.98. 5.98.
Got the answer?
Yes, ma'am.
All of you got the answer? Let's do the same sum from median. So in order to find median, we need to find what? Cumulative frequency? 3, 15, 33, 45. So 45, the middle value will be 23rd observation. Which number is the 23rd observation?
12, ma'am.
12. So median is 12. Now deviation and then the mean of it. So 10 minus 12, change the sign into 3m plus. 11 minus 12, change the sign into 12m plus. 12 minus 12, multiply by 18m plus. 13 minus 12, multiply by 12 equal plus MRC divided by 45. What is mean deviation?
0.6, ma'am.
666, so 0.67. Coefficient will be mean deviation by median into 100. Answer
5.56.
5.5.
5.58.
555, 56, 55, whatever is there. Any doubt? Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
For continuous class interval 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25, 25 to 30. Frequency 4, 7, 8, 2, 6, 3. First, find out mean. In order to find mean, we will use the formula fx by f. Before that, what do we need to do?
Middle value.
Mid values. Also, the sum of the frequency. This is 30. What is the mid value?
2.5, 7.5.
2.5, 7.5, 12.5, 17.5, 22.5, 27.5. Calculate. Answer.
13.83.
Yes. So now deviation from x only. 2.5 minus 13.83, change the sign, multiply by 4m plus. Repeat. Mean deviation. Mean deviation.
Six point six eight eight.
Very good. Mean deviation will be 6.688. So coefficient will be 6.688 divided by mean into 100. Answer.
48.36.
48.3.
Any doubts?
Ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Now we'll do the same question using median. So same question using median. So for median, we need to do one extra step. We have to find cumulative frequency. 4, 11, 19, 21, 27, 30. So n by 2, that is 15. So this is the median class. This is the median class. So median will be L plus n by 2 minus CF by F into H. Calculate. Calculate.
12.5.
12.5. Now repeat the same thing here. Deviation and F. 2.5 minus 12.5 sign change into 4m plus. Same 7.5 minus 12.5 sign change multiplied by 7m plus. 12.5 minus this is 0, so ignore. 17.5 minus 12.5 multiplied by 2m plus. 22.5 minus 12.5 multiplied by 6m plus. 27.5 minus 12.5 multiplied by 3 equal plus MRC divided by 30.
Six point three three.
Perfect. So mean deviation will be 6.33. Coefficient mean deviation divided by median into 100. Answer.
50.67.
Perfect. 50.6. Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
So if I talk about properties here, properties. First, mean deviation is known as first, just learn this. First moment of dispersion. Just learn this. Second, is it based on all the observation? Is it based on all observations? It is based on, yes, we use everyone. So it is based on all observations. Third, it uses only absolute deviations. It uses only absolute deviations. The minimum value is obtained when you calculate from the minimum mean deviation is obtained when we calculate from median. When we calculate from median. When we calculate from median. Same, not affected by change of origin, but it will be affected by scale. So if y is a plus bx, then mean deviation of y will be absolute value of b into mean deviation of x. Anything that we add or subtract doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is the multiplication part. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
That's it for today.